us off then.
I'd say, obviously after last night, is the club going to take any action with regards to alerting the FFA you're not happy? You're happy
look, we'll make a formal complaint, but want to get a formal explanation from them, because it's ruining the game. You know, it's those sort of decisions, not only ours, but this weekend it's probably 3 games been affected by VAR decisions or non-decisions, whichever way you want to look at it. So we will ask for a formal explanation.
Did you get one on the penalty last night? Did the referee or anybody from
no, not directly to us, no.
Just how frustrating is it when you put all the efforts all week into it and then something like that, 89th minute?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest frustration. You know, the boys put their blood, sweat and tears on the line all week. Their coaching staff are spending hours upon hours to get a result, you know, against Newcastle, sitting second, and it's all undone. You know, 90 minutes of work, all undone in the last minute, which, you know, for me, and look, I've only seen a photo of it where it's proven not to hit his arm. I haven't seen any footage that it actually has hit his arm. So, you know, that's the way I saw it. That's the way I saw it on the day. That's the way I see it now. And once again, we just need an explanation.
Do you see any problems with the technology? Should we scrap it?
No,
keep it?
I actually think the technology is okay. I think it's the use of the technology that's more the issue. You know, there's tackles that get missed. I think there was a Sydney game, Central Coast game yesterday, and other tackles are being penalised by the VAR referee. So, you know, I think that's more the issue. How it's being used is more the issue rather than the actual technology. You know, the principle of the technology is fine. It's there to, you know, clarify decisions that are, you know, suspect, that, you know, are decision match-changing decisions, but it's not happening.
I suppose the long-term effect, the longer-term effect is that last night, I don't know if you saw the Mariners, a couple of decisions there. They're going to be without, obviously, 2 players, McKing and we're at Brahma for your game on Boxing Day.
Yeah, absolutely. There's consequences of these decisions. You know, Melbourne City's game, they'll miss out Musker next week, but Bobo will still play for Sydney. Central Coast will miss out 2 players next week, but the West Sydney left back will stay because he, you know, it was a similar challenge to McGing's. You know, we've got 2 yellow cards and a red card for one of our coaches that, you know, are going to miss next week, and the yellow cards are going to accumulate, and they'll miss a game eventually as well because of that game. You know, so there are longer lasting consequences of it.
Just with that yellow to Urson, what was it for? Because it looks like it's come like 5 or 6 minutes after a tackle. Was that explained?
Yeah, no, there was a challenge by Urson earlier on before the play concluded, so there was a challenge there. So
we saw the challenge on replay, but it took a long time before the card was issued.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know the difference between the time it occurred and then the time the referee did it, but ultimately it was for that challenge. But, you know, so I don't think there's any complaints about that one.
More than the card, suspensions, whatever, isn't it just about the fact that you've also lost a point? Like it's actually the result? Definitely
the result, the point. You know, the extra points that Newcastle get away from us, you know, in second spot, you know, so obviously we're chasing the top 2 spots as well. So yeah, that's definitely part of it too, but that goes without saying for me. But, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into it to get to that point, you know, to keep a Newcastle within touching distance. I think they're probably 9 points away from us now, where it could have still been 6, you know, so that is crucial to the long-term plans for the season.
Does the VAR need to be scrapped? Are you happy for it to stay?
No, look, I think it needs to be tweaked. I think it needs to be explained a bit better from FFA by the referees. I think, you know, the bit more transparency from them about what's happening, why they didn't pull up certain challenges and call others. You know, I think that just needs to be better explained. I know it's still a trial period, you know, that's been told to us at the start of the season, but I think just needs better transparency.
Just with regards to Phillip obviously losing his call, do you think I mean, if there was no VAR, you'd probably get upset and you'd get on with it, but when the VAR showed that the penalty decision was not conclusive, do you think that's firing people up even more when you see was a penalty?
Yeah, no doubt. No, I think you have a look at what Paul Ocon, you know, he got fired up as well on the sideline. So it happens. You know, once again, they're crucial decisions to a game. You know, they're very crucial to the game, to the league, you know, to the league season, and you know, of course it happens. You know, I mean, we've all played in the day or been part of football in the days where there wasn't no VAR and referees' decision were, you know, contentious, but people get on with it. There's a bit of a blow up, but nothing as serious as happened last night.
Sorry, you go, man.
So what did you say to Ryan? He got picked for a handball. What do you say to him in that situation?
No, look, you know, there's nothing you can say to him. Obviously, nobody's pointing the finger at him. We all are well aware of, you know, the intentions. He was trying to move his arm away. You know, I think it hit his shoulder at best, and there's nothing you can say. I mean, he's obviously devastated. Feels like it cost him the game, but you know, from our point of view, we're all in his corner.
But just 4 games in, that's going to surely smack his confidence, because if he's in that situation,
yeah, look,
he's going to be really nervous.
As a young player, 4th game into his career, yeah, obviously, you know, probably feels like he's cost us a game against, you know, one of the top sides. So look, hopefully Ryan's, look, he seems like a mature guy, level-headed person. So I think he'll move on. He'll be fine.
And how are plans going to replace Karim Matbullah?
Yeah, look, what we want to do is strengthen the squad, or strengthen the starting 11. You know, we can always strengthen the squad, but we want to really, if the right person comes up, it'll be to strengthen the starting 11, and that's what we're looking for. So, look, there's been a lot of names come through, but nobody's really there that we are 100% confident on. So at the moment, but you know, we've still got some time to January.
Can you explain something else as well? Johan Absalonson, for about a month or 6 weeks, it's basically said 2 weeks. What's going on there? Yeah,
look, it's a quad strain. It's his left quad. That's his weapon. You know, he's 31, 32 years of age. So with the quad, that's probably, out of the muscular injuries, it's probably the hardest injury to overcome, as opposed to a hamstring, which is quite regular, or a calf, or, you know, or knee or ankle strain. So that's, and with Johan, you know, the last thing we want is him to miss another 6 to 8 weeks. So we want to make sure he's 100%, or as close to 100% as possible before we risk him.
Great, thank you, Matt.